Hello. Yes, the video on the GracefulExit channel. It's been a while. Yeah, Karina, oh my god, it's Chris, did make a very good video on the subject of, I don't know, yeah, well, right to die. That's pretty much it. And right to choose, right to self-determination when it comes to these personal issues. And yeah, this is, you got generally pretty good support, which is, yeah, it wasn't surprising, but it was, yeah, it was a little surprising that it was as decisive the support as it was. Because the argument was kind of bold, you know, that the right to die should extend further than people in the most desperate and horrible circumstances. That the right maybe is built out of something else than your appreciation for a person's circumstance. That the right really is a right to self-judgment, self-determination, self-investment. The right, the basic right to invest one's own welfare in one's own judgment, which, you know, realistically shouldn't be taken away as long as you don't have some sort of ability to demonstrate that you have a better vision, a more qualified judgment. And you know, most people just think they're qualified because, well, everybody agrees with me that you know, the guy who came in second on American Idol should have won. Yeah, you know, or some kind of crap like that. I mean, people are just morons. So anyway, they don't get the principle in the first place, and then they don't even apply it in any kind of rational way. So whatever little argument there is always some sort of little nonsense like, oh, well, more people will kill themselves. Well, so what? You know, so what? There's 7 billion people on Earth. People die for a lack of 50 cents on this planet. Newsflash, you haven't heard about that? You know, well, what are you afraid? The population might be knocked down a couple of billion? And the tragedy would be what? A couple of billion people who don't want to be here would leave, and that would affect you how? That's your business somehow? How is that you? Yeah, that's right. It's nothing to do with you. You arrogant asshole. God, that's another big log on my path. That one would have hurt if it fell on my head. Anyway. Yeah, it's people getting wiped out by logs. You don't have proper log helmets. But anyway, that's a whole other subject. Yeah, so what? So what if more people killed themselves? So what if the miserable and the disenfranchised and the dissatisfied gracefully exited? So what? Explain. Like I said, again, draw me a picture of the horror. If they do so voluntarily, no death camp, you know, no slow, horrid death, no taking away anything that they own and any rights of liberty they have, just allowing human beings to act on their own judgment. Oh, the horror. So yeah, you know, this whole idea of, you know, what we are and what we're caught up in, and it's just such a fake and a fraud. You know, and it basically comes down to what you're basically saying is because somebody doesn't like American Idol, you're going to force them to like it. You're going to fuck with their psychology as hard as you can with all the chemistry the modern industrial medical complex can conjure up to oblige them to be as retarded as you, to be as superficial as you, to have as short a memory as you, to sit there and think about life and say, oh yeah, well, what I've learned over my time here is that a lot of things are harmed just so some pig can drink his, you know, $70 or $80 bottle of wine on his, you know, synthetic plastic yacht of shit. And you know, maybe you can find purpose and meaning in that, and somebody else would say, no, there's no meaning living in a world run by this crap, this shit. You've created gods out of crap, out of shit, out of vapor. It's humiliating being human. It's cause enough right there to kill yourself. It's the humiliation alone. So yeah, you have nothing. You don't have You don't have an ethical argument because you can't prove that you know whether somebody else's life is worth living or not, yet you'll arrogantly step on their rights. You can't win the intellectual argument. You can't win a rational argument about why your vision of the universe is true, yet you think you have a right to take from other people the most important event they can control in their life. They can't stop their birth. I mean, a baby can't say, "Fuck you, I don't want to play your idiotic game." And so as soon as it has enough judgment to make a decision, you have an obligation to respect it. This life isn't a game, you motherfucking cunts. I didn't want to swear, but it really is disgusting. And that's part of the hypocrisy I wanted to get to in this video. Was even if, you know, see, there's all kinds of mechanisms you can put into the system of a right to die, a living will, that you can put in there that prevent you losing anybody to oversight or recklessness or coercion or any of this other nonsense. I mean, you can give everybody a right when they're 18 years old to say, yes, I want to have the right to die by choice. And then you can just simply say, if you have no pressing medical condition, that you have to do a 6-month wait to exercise that right. And, even if you have a medical condition, you have to talk to XYZ number of hours with a psychologist or whatever the game would be. So you'd have plenty of opportunity to exercise your social sense of responsibility to oblige people to like what they don't like, to force them to get back in the game and to be a lizard like you are, a scum sucker. So anyway, the system can be made pretty much fail-safe. So you're just going to argue this little Pamby nonsense that, somebody who might want to live is going to die. Well, that happens every goddamn day, and you say it's okay. Every day people start building their little mansions all over this town here. $3, $4, $5, $6, $10 million homes. How many lives can you buy in the world with $10 million, asshole? Now you sanction that murder, essentially. It's a fucking murder. We're murdering human beings so we can have marble floors and Gucci handbags and, so you can have your fucking navigator in your fucking car, your satellite tell you where to drive. So don't talk to me about your fucking give a damn about anybody. You just don't care because it's not your right. You don't care because you can take away somebody else's rights. It's not a liberty you'll choose to exercise, so you'll decide to take it from somebody else. Because you're going to pay it to your God. It's a totem to your fucking goddamn God. It's an atonement made out of somebody else's grief or pain. Somebody else's rights you will sacrifice on the altar of your greed and selfishness. You're just disgusting, petty little assholes. And the rest are just too apathetic. So you got people, I agree. How come you don't agree when it's time to vote? How come when this shit comes on a ballot or something, all you people seem to disappear? Well, whatever. But it's a good argument. I mean, she makes a good argument. But there's just so much duplicity and hypocrisy in people's bullshit. That's all there is to it. So I don't, obviously the political environment is not doing anything about it. We can't even get the right to die, any realistic right to die, for people who really, really, really need it. Instead we throw people like Kevorkian in jail because he helped people do what they wanted to do. And that's a crime in this country. Still is. So what are we doing about it? Right? Nothing. Nothing's going to change. And why? Because we don't call these people fuckers. We don't get pissed off and angry enough, in my opinion. There needs to be a bunch of angry people saying, I'm not going to be your friend no more if you think you have a right to take away my rights. If you think you have a right to tell me what my life is, you think you have a right to tell me what it means if my wife dies of cancer, you're going to tell me what I should feel, what it should mean to me? Who the fuck are you to tell me what it means? I mean, these people are just such cunts. These fucking life imposers. You know, that's all it's about. It's a bunch of people who are, you know, just cheering for the machine, the Borg. They're working for the Borg. They're part of the Borg. Yeah, I know it's worth it. I'm going to impose life on something. And I'm not going to take any responsibility for it, of course. I've borrowed their money. I've stolen their welfare. I've poisoned their environment. And yet I'm going to force little fuckers to run through that shit that I've created. And I'm going to say I gave them a gift. Because, you know, that's just how fucking full of shit these assholes are. They should have to live 1,000,000 years. They should have to live in 1,000,000 years in a real world where they paid for their crimes, where they died in the cold mines, where they got cancer when they were 6 years old, where they were born deformed and defaced. They should live those lives over and over and over again for 1,000,000 fucking years. And then talk to me about how they want to live forever. Or it'd be really cool to live 10,000 years. Yeah, it'd be really cool for a 5-year-old. A moron, a retard. A retard could live 10,000 years and watch things he loves die horribly over and over and over again, and just keep on eating licking their chocolate bar, saying, "Oh, isn't life cool?" Because you're scum, you're dirt, you're crap, you're shit. You have no fucking character. You have no capacity to express any real empathy, any real understanding of what it is to feel real hard pain. No idea whatsoever. Something needs to fall on you assholes hard. Reality. Your fair share of it needs to fucking climb right up your fucking ass. So anyway, more hostile than I intended. But yeah, very important subject. And I probably did little to advance it with this video. But, yeah, it's just, like I said, this argument is stupid on every fucking level. There's no rational argument defending the life addiction. There's no rational argument against the simple fact that you can buy a human life for 50 fucking cents in this world. And if all you assholes are so damn concerned, there's plenty of people who desperately want to live, and they can't live because they don't got 50 fucking cents. So worry about them. Don't worry about the person who's really quite undecided or ambiguous or just can't really get motivated. Why is that person you're going to have to convince that life is a good deal? Why are you so worried about him dying? Why would that be a huge loss when you're almost laughing in the face of people who desperately want to live and can't because of your gluttony? I mean, fuck you, hypocrite, liar. That's all you fuckers are. You're fucking liars. You don't give a fucking shit about anything but your fucking self. The fucking end. Yeah. Till next time.